Yeah, you ready? Heaven. I'm in heaven. What's up?
How we doing?
How you doing, brother?
Good.
Excellent, man.
Yeah.
Rick?
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice.
Damn,
Beautiful.
you brought the energy out of me. I'm telling you. I saw you walk by, and then all of a sudden, I want to sing. I'm telling you, man. I'm not kidding.
Knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out, Rick. Knock him out the box.
I thought there's a certain pattern to life that was very like boxed in. Like you get married and you gain weight.
Yeah.
That's what you do. My dad was an athlete.
Yeah.
And then when I knew him, he was like, still trying to keep his shape, but always overweight.
Always, yeah.
Married with children.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
You see like, you just come home and you're tired and plop down in front of the couch.
Yeah.
So I thought that's like what you do.
Yeah.
So I got
feel
married
that.
at 28, gained like 40 pounds. I mean, I wasn't like, I got to gain 40 pounds, but I got to be honest.
Over time.
I told my ex, I'm just sharing. I feel like an idiot that I did that, but I just want to share so other people feel like they can turn being an idiot into being smarter.
Mm-hmm.
I told her when we were dating, like, when we get married, I'm going to gain like 40, 50 pounds.
So you put it on yourself, basically.
Yeah.
You put it on yourself.
Are you going to be okay with the belly? She's like, I don't know. And I go, no, you'll be fine. You're gonna learn to love it. And I would kind of like prime her
You were,
jokingly.
Yeah.
But I actually did that.
But you did it, yeah.
Yeah, because I got comfortable.
Mm.
Anytime I was single, I would lose weight. Anytime I was with someone, I would gain weight.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would go, like, I don't need to look good.
You don't need to look good,
Like,
yeah.
I was doing it for other people, not for me.
Yeah.
Like you said, you want to stay in shape.
Yeah, I
so
want to
that
stay in shape.
you don't lose that step.
Exactly. Because it feels good to be able to move around. It feels great. And I guess I had the opposite experience. Because as a kid, I would see my dad, like, after doing his work or whatever, he would go to the park consistently and run with my little sister. Like, they would go and run. And I'm like, and then he's like an old man now, but he's in shape. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's how I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be grown and I'm gonna be in
lucky.
shape.
You got lucky.
Yeah.
Not everyone gets lucky. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
You had a great example. So it burned that
Yeah.
vision.
It burned
the
it into
visual.
me.
It's like
Because
a
I'm like,
vision
okay,
board.
yeah.
What you see,
Yeah.
you become.
Mm.
It's hard to not become what you see because we're visual, dude. The vision board?
Yeah.
Very powerful.
I have it in my where I record. I have literally the whiteboard right here, pictures of the things that I want right there. Like, it's all right there. And you know what's interesting about that? To dive into another conversation, me and this girl were just talking about this yesterday. And we were talking about basically like what you see as a child and like what your parents like input into you. And I was talking to this artist and she's like gorgeous. She's so beautiful. And I was like, oh, let me take a picture of you. And she was like, no, I don't look good. And I was like, why do you think that? Because I took the pictures and she was like, oh, that looks good. And she was like, when I was a kid, my mother used to tell me that I'm not photogenic, And I was like, wow, that's carried on with you through this life. And like we're talking about like my dad as a great example. Because as a kid, I didn't know this. And I feel like so blessed because I like walk through this like reality kind of with my head up. Because ever since I can remember, my dad used to call me Master Heaven. He'd be like, Master Heaven, what are we doing today? Master Heaven. And that just like subconsciously like pried into my brain. So now I walk through this life, not even in an egotistical way like Master Heaven, but just like I'm in control,
So beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That's so
I feel honestly like shout out to him for that.
Shout out to Pops, man.
Yeah.
It's so important, man. Fuck. And the reason I'm talking about it is I'm trying to get to the people that aren't lucky enough to have someone program you like that.
Yeah.
Because he's programming you.
He's
man.
programming.
He's priming you.
Yeah.
He's putting visions in your fucking simulation.
Yeah.
You have a simulation computer in your brain.
Yeah.
More powerful than any other simulator out there. You can imagine anything. So when someone says, you're a fucking piece of shit, you ain't never going to do shit. Did you know, I swear, 80% of people, that's how they grow up?
That's crazy to me.
I believe that because every time I talk to people, I find out like that they think they're ugly.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You're gorgeous.
You're beautiful.
Like, I'm not even saying it to be positive. I'm saying if you were to survey 100 people, they would say you're a 9.5, let's say. Just being objective.
Yeah, objective.
And you think you're ugly. What's wrong with that picture? You have a mental prison that you can't escape. And you can't escape that because you keep telling yourself. It doesn't matter what anyone says. If you keep going, oh, thank you, I'm ugly.
That's what happens.
They don't like compliments.
That's what they don't like. Yeah, they
can't take it because they don't even want to think about how if this person knew that I was actually ugly, but you're not.
So what's the solution here?
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. You can reverse that shit. People are doing it. They're putting audio tapes in their car. They're listening to positive people. They're slowly reducing the time they spend with negative people. Yeah. I just talked to that person right now, the one that was helping my dad with the apartment. She's older like me, and she's like, no more negativity in my life right now. Yeah, no, forget it. I love everyone, but if you're negative, please, I don't want to hear it. Yeah. Why? Not because she's like, la, la, la. She knows it's going to affect her, man. She doesn't want to waste the last 40, 50 good years of her life listening to that shit and being down on herself.
You know what's interesting? I feel like as negative, like as bad as the pandemic was, I feel like it allowed a lot of people to realize things like this. Like, I feel like now there's like a overall like global, like more consciousness and more like awareness to what you're taking in because you just spent time with yourself and having to really like dive into that and really like look at what am I actually looking at on this phone? Right. Like, what am I actually like, what am I actually like learning right now? You know? So that's interesting.
Yeah. The key is to get exposed to ideas like this. Yeah. Even by listening to this clip.
Exposed to them,
and,
bro.
And if you can, you can just go, oh shit, I'm going to start listening to that. I'm going to get a book. I'm going to get audio tapes. It starts changing. And pay attention to your shit. Yeah. Why am I thinking like that?
Why am I thinking like that?
Why am I talking negatively to myself? Yeah. Am I really a piece of shit? Like, what is a piece of shit?
It's not a one-day fix either. It's consistent. Yeah. Even the person that's like on whatever telling you this, they're dealing with their own stuff. Like, you're dealing with your own stuff. I'm dealing with my own stuff.
I've had some really low days the last 3 days.
But we're aware.
But I'm aware. I know it's going to pass. I'm feeling down. Something didn't happen the way I wanted. Expectations on myself. Yeah. But I know it's not true.
It's not.
The truth is, keep solving.
Keep
going.
Exactly.
And it's so slow, dude. I just want to make a point because that was something that was fucking me up. I kept thinking, okay, this is going to change me. Oh, I'm going to a seminar. Tony Robbins is going to change my life in 4 days. Even Tony's like, bro, when you go home, you're gonna come off this rush. You're gonna be
you're excited, but
So just know this: you gotta do the work for like a long
time, all the way.
Little drops in the bucket, but eventually it does get filled. You gotta trust. Call it 10,000 hours. Yeah, right. They say it takes 10,000 hours to master some shit. Give yourself 10,000 hours,
and you know
think about it, practice it. Read books. 10,000 hours. That's a long ass fucking. That's years. Yeah. You might need 10 years to reverse that shit. Yeah. But it's a worthwhile journey, man.
It's worth it. Because whilst you're going through it, you feel yourself. Because I know, like, for me personally, like, I make music, right? And I do that type of thing. And there was a time where I was living completely out of my alignment. Like, I was making like the wrong type of music, like doing just the wrong type of things. Like, what does that mean? So I used to live in Texas before I moved here. And I would make like, when I first started, I didn't really know what I wanted to like do. I just knew what was cool at the time. It was like trap music, you know, like like doing all that type of stuff. And I was making that kind of music, and music is very powerful because music is like, it's like vibrations. So like when you put that out, like that's kind of how your reality starts to form. So I saw, like, as I was making that type of music, these are the type of people that would starting to come around me. This is the type of places I was at, like, but I always knew,
music. It's
exactly.
Isn't that shortcut it? You just go, oh, I'm gonna put out popular music.
Nah,
it's not who you are. You're gonna burn out.
You're gonna burn out, or you're gonna get exposed. But I was putting that out, and I could see my reality, and I knew deep inside, like, I knew, like, heaven is like, it's bigger than this. Like, this, I'm limiting myself right now, right? So I literally one day, I went in my room and I just cut everybody off, and I closed my door, and I was just in complete isolation, completely depressed. This was like 6 to 7 months of like lost, just like, what do I do? Like, I knew this is when I knew I had to change. Whenever I was trying to make a song, and I was like, okay, what's everybody rapping about? And I was like, wait a minute, like, why would I think that? You know, like, why?
Is that really what you think?
Yeah, like this, exactly.
Is that what you obsess over? You
exactly.
Singing about.
Exactly. It should be coming from within. Exactly.
You're a philosopher.
Yeah. I shouldn't be looking outside of myself. So I went through that, but what I can say, like what you're talking about, like this was like a crazy moment for me. I don't know how I stumbled upon it, but it was this book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. And this is my first time, like, I always read books as a kid. Like, I really, like, I'm into novels. Like, I love getting lost in a book. But this was my first time, like, learning about the power of the mind. No one teaches you this. Like, no one tells you, bro. You don't know. Like, you just
talking about my journey, man.
Yeah.
I was like, shut the fuck up with that life coaching.
Yeah. Dude. You just think you're just going through life and you're like, okay, this is just gonna happen, like this, like you're kind of plugged in, you know what I'm saying?
Why don't they teach you that?
Yeah.
Why are we not fucking reading The Power of the Subconscious Mind in elementary school?
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, literally.
Why are we not telling kids, hey, do you guys understand emotional intelligence?
Yeah.
It's not that complicated, but you have to practice.
You have to practice it.
When you get mad, reacting right away, that's not emotionally intelligent. Do you know why? Because you're emotional. Take a second. Take a break if you're angry.
Yeah.
Pay attention to yourself. When you do get angry, do you get what you want? Start keeping a list. Because I started paying attention and realizing, fuck, every time I react, it's okay to be angry because that's your feeling.
But
when I would react to the anger, I never got what I wanted. I never yelling at someone. They just go, fuck you then. So exactly. They should teach that in elementary school so you can actually survive in this fucking life.
Exactly.
People do business with people they like.
Exactly.
With people that respect them.
Exactly.
So if you don't know how to be with people, you're done.
You're done. Yeah.
So powerful.
It's over. Yeah.
But when did you find this book?
Bro, I was like 18 or something, so like 18 or 19. Yeah. And I started reading it. And then I just started diving into this whole world of like things in that realm. And I started understanding, like, it was crazy.
The power of what you
Because once I started doing that, then I started thinking, instead of taking the role, a passive role in my reality, I started taking a very active role. And I started...
Why? What did the book teach you that made
it taught me that literally anything, first of all, it kind of made me realize that, and I asked this question on my Instagram the other day. I was like, do you believe in free will or do you believe in destiny? And it was like, the answers were interesting because they were saying, a lot of people are saying that there's a destiny, but we use our free will and we like kind of stray away from our destiny with our free will. You know, like that's not trusting your intuition. That's not following your internal compass and just doing things kind of outside yourself. You lead yourself here where you should have been here. But I started to understand what this book started to teach me. I was like, okay, I need to take an active role and actually make things happen that I want to happen instead of waiting, just sitting here and waiting because time is just going to pass me by. You know, that's how I ended up out here. Because I was just like, I just got in the mindset of, okay, I need to make it happen. Like, if this is where I need to be, I need to find a way and make it happen. And literally, like, oh my goodness. The first month I moved out here, this is when I started writing down goals, And I remember I wrote down, I want to throw my own event. And I'm from Texas, right? Never threw an event in Texas. I found a way to move out here. I'm out here. My first month, I like just talking to people, just finding a way. I found a venue and threw an event in a whole other state that I'm not from. I was able to throw a show here and it was pretty successful. Like people came and had a good time. And that was just because I was on this like crazy mindset of make it happen. Obstacle, cool. Damn, we're going to deal with it like this. And that's basically taking a step, removing yourself from a victim and becoming a problem solver. You know, I feel like that's like very critical because I feel like a lot of people take the victim role and like, you know, it's cool.
Preaching knowledge, bro. And these are things I picked up along the way too, man. I played a victim too. For example, let's keep it real. Yeah. If you're complaining, you're being a victim. Yeah. Complaining serves a purpose. That's watching game film. What did I do wrong? What did this person, what did my other teammate do wrong? But if you're just going to stay on that and think it's everybody else's responsibility to do something better and not take responsibility, you're never going to get there, man.
Never.
You got to take control. So it's all up to you. And about the destiny, man, I'm telling you, I got destiny and
talk
free will.
about it.
Real quick, I got to break this down.
Let's talk about it.
And I'm happy to, because both theories serve such an important purpose and were so big in my transformation. Destiny solves the acceptance problem. There are kind of two theories. I'm going to get to that. I was always not accepting. This was my problem in the beginning. The first step kept fucking up because I was being a victim. Like, oh, well, I'm fat, or oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. Well, I have too many kids, so I can't do that business, right? And I was complaining about things I don't have, or what happened to me, or things that happened in my life. Destiny is out of your control, man, right? Where we are right now really is a domino effect of things that started way before you even had a consciousness. Your parents decided to fuck. I'm sorry. They made you. You didn't get to choose, hey, I want this parent, I want this environment, I want this IQ, I want this physical ability. It's all luck. So whatever you have right now, say thank you, because that's just the game. You didn't do anything about it. By the time you were conscious, the dominoes were falling. You're like 3-4 years old when you start remembering shit. By then, the first 3 years are very important. You've been like, you've had an environment around you that's made you who you are. So really, I feel like destiny has brought me here. There's no questioning it. There's no, oh, this should have happened. No. Whatever happened was supposed to happen. You didn't choose your intellectual abilities. You didn't choose your physical. You didn't choose your parents. You didn't choose the environment you were thrust into. The reason I think it's important to understand that is so you can accept this is who you are. It's okay that I'm overweight. It's okay. Like, if you're going to be mad at yourself all the time, you're never going to solve this shit. So you have to go, okay, fine. It wasn't really, whatever I don't have was bad luck. Whatever I have is good luck. Fucking embrace that shit. And if you have a lot of shit, go, wow, that's lucky. That's not something you did. Now, what about free will then? Well, we're here, aren't we? Now, I don't know if I was going to say this anyway, because the dominoes were falling and it's cause and effect. You said something, I said something, but what I am today, I didn't even choose. So I could easily say, hey man, it's destiny. I'm robbing this bank, but it was destiny that brought me here. And that's fucking true, man. I'm telling you. That's why I don't judge anybody. But we do have this concept of free will. I can decide at this moment if I'm going to take this microphone and fucking throw it on the ground or keep talking to you. So I decided, okay, don't blame yourself for the shit, for like the shit that's happened to you or what you don't have now, the things that you're not happy with. Don't blame yourself. Accept it. It is destiny. But embrace the free will and take control.
That you can change.
Take control. Because the decisions you make going forward are going to shape your destiny. Maybe it was destiny all along that you're here with me. Or maybe you kind of tricked destiny and said, nah, I'm going to take control and start making better decisions. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. You don't have to figure that out. Just know you can determine what happens with your decisions. It's two sides, man, but both are important. Because people say, oh, well, if you believe in destiny, then you got no free will. Then you're making excuses for who you are. No, man. Embrace who you are. Accept it. It's not your fault. It really isn't. But take control.
Now, what are you going to do now that you're here?
Stop complaining about the game and the destiny that thrust you here. Start being in the moment and seeing what opportunities are there for you to, change your destiny. Right? And not everyone's going to do that. Not everyone's going to find their emotional intelligence. Some people are going to play this game out and have a really fucked up time, man. Right? And I'm saying that's okay too. Don't blame yourself. It's okay. Total acceptance, man. It's two sides, man. I think they're both important. Because I also don't want to make people feel bad that they're not able to take control. But if we're lucky enough to be in this position to do it, dude, take full advantage of that shit. That's what I'm doing right now. taking full advantage of this.
And a lot of people
ownership.
don't want to too. That's something that I've had to like come to terms with as well.
Gotta let them go, man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like there's people that are just and there's nothing wrong with that too.
That's
Like
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
even want to say it like it's a negative thing.
Right. It's
Like there's
their
some people that are
choice.
completely comfortable with whatever it is, and they're like, "This is what I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna watch this Netflix show for like 4 hours. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and do the same routine and da 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 da. And this is my life. And this is it.
It's their fucking game.
Yeah."
You have your one player game. I got my one player game.
Yeah.
She's got her one player game. Everyone has a right to decide how they want to play.
Yeah.
So I'm not here to judge and go, what's wrong with you? Get up.
Yeah.
But I do love helping people that want to
exactly that want to elevate their game.
Because I'm like, damn, I'm so much happier now than I was 10 years ago, man. Because I started talking to myself different. I started pushing myself past fears, taking action, taking control of this player.
Action makes it happen.
I'm not trying to control the game. I'm trying to control this player.
Yeah.
That's all. Take full control. Don't blame. Don't be a victim. That's just the way I want to play.
Yeah.
And things turn out much better when you do that.
Yeah.
The results speak for themselves.
They will speak for themselves. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, look, you got the pool, got the basketball court, the podcast.
And it's not perfect.
Yeah.
I have bad days, man. Bad moments. Not bad days, really, but bad moments. Like, what's wrong with me? Because I ain't where I want to be. I'm still always trying to improve, man.
Do you journal?
This is my journal. Yeah. I don't want to sit and write. I like to.
You like to,
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I guess I'm the
journaling?
opposite. I write. I have journals on journals because that's a part of that time period that I'm talking about where I kind of like trying to shifted from like my darkness to my light. A big part of that was writing things down. Like I'll tell like whoever listens to this, for me personally, books, I always call the journal my spell book and the pen is my wand. Everything that I've ever written down, it's happened at some time. Maybe it didn't happen at the time that I wanted it to, but it's happened. And especially like we're talking about like those vision boards, like whenever I write it down, like what helps me is writing it down and then like crossing it off as I get it done. Because when it's there and it's written, I believe that it's been made physical.
Right.
Like now it's physical. Like it's no longer in my head. Like now I put it somewhere that I can see it and I can take
and then
action
you get
on this
intentional
thing.
about it.
Exactly.
It's not just there and magically happen.
Exactly.
It's there to remind you so you can always be intentional.
Exactly.
When you make, I need to make that call. You saw that vision.
You saw it. Yeah.
Right? And you're the type to get shit done. So
get shit done. Like this is my brand. It's perennial. Like this was in my, like this came from I used to do this thing called Word of the Day. And one of my friends sent me this word and he was like, yo, this word kind of like goes in with like the type of thing you're doing, like infinity. Basically perennial, it means occurring again and again. So my brand is called Perennial Forever. So the energy never ends. It just goes on until infinity. It's always, what's the word? It's like a type of plant that it doesn't die. Yeah,
back.
Exactly.
It goes away, comes back.
Exactly. So I was thinking, whenever he sent me that word and I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's it. Like my intuition just told me that's it. And then I wrote it down and like to see the process of it becoming like physical, like actually physical, like it just goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Like action makes it happen. Like this started as a thought and then it was written down and then there was like processes and talking to people and pushing until like there's like a physical something to show.
Isn't
know
that amazing, man?
Yeah.
And the confidence it builds to take something that's a seed,
just
an idea, literally an electronic thought in your brain. It's not real. It's literally just it's just a thought. And to make it real. But if you think about it, every single thing that's ever been created starts with a thought.
It starts with a thought.
Starts with a thought, man.
That's crazy to me.
Think about that, man. Nothing becomes reality if you don't take action consistently, though.
That's the big thing, is consistency.
Yeah. If you go, I have a great idea, and then you go, let me Google that, and then you go, okay, well, that's not going to be reality. Yeah. You got to actually take action.
You got to go. Yeah. You got to go for it.
So, okay, tell us who you are.
Oh, yeah.
We got right into the conversation, but I didn't even introduce you. And I got to say this, man, what's interesting before you tell us who you are. Maybe you can elaborate on this. Your name. So is Heaven your real name?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
my
given
real
name.
name.
Not real.
Yeah, that's
Heaven
my
is a
given
real-
name. Yeah.
That's your given name.
Yeah, that's my given
Love
name.
that, man. Because here's what I love about it. Every time I tell people, "Oh, we got Heaven coming on," they always think it's a female.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, that's so interesting because it's not really a feminine name.
Yeah.
But everyone assumes
Everyone
it's a
assumes
female.
that. Yeah.
So I think that's so interesting about you that you are not a female.
That I'm not. No,
Yeah.
I
And
actually.
Heaven shouldn't be just for
But
females.
I actually love that. I love that because a lot of people do say that, like whenever they're like Heaven, like, oh, that's like you're the first guy I've ever met. That's Heaven. They're like, oh, like I thought that was a girl name. I'm like, I don't know. That's just cool to me.
Super
It makes
cool,
me. I feel like unique.
very unique, man.
Yeah.
I love that you said that because we were talking about. I'm like, I'm gonna bring that up. I didn't know you. We just met. I
Yeah.
thought I wonder if he's gonna get offended.
Nah.
But I'm like, no, because that would be unreasonable. And plus, I would want to tell you, bro, lean into that. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I actually think it's such a beautiful thing because people assume a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I love that that's their first assumption. And right away, it makes them go, huh. And
Yeah, you
they wonder, who is this guy?
Who is? Yeah.
What does he look like?
Yeah.
It forces them to really
Yeah.
wonder, man. I think it's a great hook.
No, I love
And
it.
it's real. It's actually your given name.
Yeah,
too,
it's
which
my
makes it even
given
more
name.
special.
I feel like it affects my reality, like just the way I see the world. Like I don't know if this is destiny or free will, but
Your dad, did they do it kind of knowing that it's gonna
My
help
dad,
you mental? He's a mental.
he's
gamer.
on something
Yeah.
different, like up here.
He's a mental
As for everything we've
strategist.
taught, yeah, he just knows.
I got you, man.
Like he just knows. So he just knows. I don't know.
Yeah.
He knows something different. I'm very blessed to have him as my father. But like I wanted to be named like
You want to fit
Michael or like Chris or yeah, I wanted to fit in. As like kids do. Like kids just want to fit
Right.
in. But then there just got to a point where I was like, nah, bro, I'm just gonna be my own like individual. But
when did
actu-
you accept it? What age? Where you were like, fuck it, I'm leaning into this shit.
when I got into middle school, when I was like 13, because then I just started to realize that I'm like myself, you know, like I started to be like, I was like, like this is how everybody else is, but this is how I am, but I'm just gonna be me.
I love how you had the strength to embrace that, man. I hope other kids can know that if they're being made fun of. Now, I want to do a class on reversing the bully. My mom taught me this. Unfortunately, I didn't do it for the name. I did it for the lips. I had really big lips. I was skinny. I still have big lips. The beard covers it up. And people made fun of that. And she's like, you just tell them they're jealous. And I started doing that, and it fucking worked.
It works.
Because they're like, no, I'm not. I said, yeah, you are. You're jealous of my lips. Shut up. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. She said, just keep saying it over and over. No matter what they say, you're jealous.
That's genius.
Genius, bro.
Yeah, that's genius.
That was in fifth
I'm gonna save that for my
Yeah,
kids.
that was in 5th grade.
I'm gonna save that for my
And
kids.
they started leaving me alone because they were like, stop saying I'm jealous.
Yeah, because
I'm
then
like,
it's like, well,
but
I don't
you
want to
are.
be. Yeah.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
because usually they're doing it because they're trying to bring you down for some reason. Why? They don't like that you're enjoying your life, that you're just being happy-go-lucky. Whatever it is, they're bitter, they're hurt, they're trying to make you hurt.
Yeah.
So as long as you don't let them hurt you, even
You're
if they
good.
are, just flip it on them, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's
They don't
the
like
way.
that shit.
That's the way.
They don't like
all
that shit.
all the middle schoolers need to listen to that
Dude,
advice because
yes.
middle school is rough, bro.
Rough.
Oh my goodness, middle school kids are mean.
So
It's
let's break
all
down.
love.
Let's break down these trolls. Me and James talked about it. I got to give credit to James. He came up with some of it. I probably came back and forth conversation. Just giving him credit. Control, man. Control. They're trying to control you. Man.
They want you
and
to
troll.
get off your wave, bro.
That's
They're
it,
trying
man.
to knock you off your
Yeah,
wave.
they just want to control you because they're
Yeah.
not happy with themselves.
Yeah.
So they'll put some shit. Oh, you
They're
think
like,
you're
oh,
a
he's
singer?
happy. Yeah.
Oh, you think you can? Oh, you fat. You look fat, Papa Rick. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever they're gonna say.
Like, what do you gain?
It's not that it doesn't hurt my feelings for a second. I do want them to love me. But when I stop and go, wait a second, what's happening here? Oh, fuck, they're fucked up. That's why I don't get mad. I go, well, thanks for the feedback. I'll work on it. But I know they're just trying to get to me. They're just trying to control me.
Yeah.
And control
That's
is
facts.
2 words.
That was good.
Con
I like that.
and troll.
I like
so
that.
if you're a troll, we know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't try to con me, baby.
Yeah.
Don't try to bring me down because you're not happy.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Let me help you.
Yeah.
Actually, the trolls need to come
Sit
on the
them
show.
down.
Come sit on the couch, baby.
What prompted you to comment that?
What's going on with your life? You got something that's going for you? You probably don't have a passion. You probably don't have anything that you're like obsessed over, like that's productive, which of course, if you don't, you're going to be down. You're going to be looking for something. Well, let me bring this motherfucker down. Oh, you think you found your passion? Fuck you. You suck. You suck. But why? Why? Because they're so unhappy.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a purpose, some purpose, man, and a lot of people they don't feel like they have a purpose. They're at home. They don't know what they want to do. They never have maybe disciplined themselves long enough for something.
Or just
whatever.
put themselves out there.
Put themselves out. They're afraid to put themselves out there. So instead, they're hiding in the house, shades drawn, trolling, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do that. So I don't, people that I know, I don't know anyone that does it because it's not the people that are
because they're not
playing.
the people, they're not the people around you.
Yeah, they're behind the curtains laughing at you when you fall down.
Yeah.
I'm out here, baby.
Yeah.
I'm out
I
here.
fell on the stage.
That's right.
Like I was on the stage.
Baby. I already won.
Yeah.
Bro, if I fell on a stage performing some shit, I already won. I'm on a stage.
Yeah.
You're not even at the concert.
Yeah. Nah, literally.
You're watching at home, baby.
Yeah.
Trolling that shit. But it's okay. I love my trolls, dude. Like all of them. They have hurt me in the past, though. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
They did control me. I'm going to admit that. When I used to post shit on Facebook early in the days, and people would say, ooh, carpool karaoke, all right already. How many times I got to hear you sing, Rick? That shit, I played it off like, yeah, I joked back, and then I would stop posting that shit. Because it would get in my subconscious like, man, I'm lame. People are laughing at me. I don't want to be laughed at.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the laughing stock. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, good job, Rick. What a loser. I swear to God, man. That's what I would tell myself. It didn't matter. People would tell me, like, you got something to say, Rick. There was a dude at Paoli's, man. I'm going to have him on the show one time. That would be like, he was tall, handsome, and very well spoken. It's important to the details, right? It's important to the story. And he's like, years ago, Rick, you got something to say. Like, I love listening to you. And I've seen some of your posts, and I'm like, thanks, man. And I swear to God, I'm like, this motherfucker's fucking with me. He's like, oh yeah, put some more out there. He's like, my cousin, when you post, he goes, Rick posted. I'm like, you fucking with me, dude. You fucking did.
Yeah.
But I played it off like, thank you. Because I don't want to say that because then he'd think I was insecure. But in my brain, I'm like, he just wants me to post to laugh at me. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. When he was being like,
but if
for
I'm
real,
telling myself that story, it doesn't matter. It's game over. I could be the greatest podcaster in the world. There's no way I'm going to get the guts to come sit on a couch interviewing somebody. This is like 7-8 years later from that mindset, man.
Yeah.
Me reading books, me
What we were talking about earlier, starting to get in,
catching myself, talking negatively to myself.
Yeah.
All the time. Still do. You know?
But but now you've learned to cope with it.
Yeah.
Or now you've not even cope, but you've learned how to.
Right. Just get better, man. You don't need to be perfect. It's progress. It's like you said, perennial improvement.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Keep going.
And next season, a little taller.
Yeah.
Grow a little taller. And next season, grow a little taller.
Yeah, exactly.
And next season, grow.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not going to happen overnight.
Exactly.
The roots got to grow first.
They got to grow. That's the most important, the roots.
You know those trees? There's those trees, I forgot what they're called, but the roots grow for like 10 or 20 years. And then that shit sprouts really big, like an overnight success. And it's like, there ain't no overnight successes.
Yeah.
The roots have been growing for 10,
That's the most important part, low key, the roots and the foundation of everything that you're doing.
Building.
And that's what we're talking about. This is your foundation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all this.
Yeah.
Because if this isn't in order, you could be the greatest physically. You could be the fastest, the most in shape. But if your mind's saying you suck, you're ugly, you ain't shit, you ain't never going to do shit, you're going to stay at home in bed. Of course. Hey, I understand why you're staying home. I'm not judging you. I was dragging my ass to work. How many more sick days do I have left? Fuck. Because I hated what I was doing, man. It wasn't me. So don't feel bad about being lazy. I thought I was lazy. It wasn't. I'm not lazy, turns out. I just hated what I was doing.
You just hate it, because when you find that thing, you're going to go, bro. You're going to go at all costs.
Don't give up.
You're going to make it,
Dude, I forgot the dude's name. Bad with names. So shout him out later. I think you said it. Someone just told me recently that the first 24 years you're learning discipline, and then from 24 to 48 you're finding yourself. And I've been thinking about that, even though someone said it on the podcast. Actually, I forgot. Who was it? Chris. Shout out to Chris. Yeah, he. Right. Oh, he's watching. Shout out to Chris, baby. So I did say, hey, well, I think you're always finding yourself. And I think that's true still. But man, that comment, because I'm about to be 48. And I'm just this year finding myself.
Congratulations.
Man. Yeah. Long as road. And scary. And I'm still not looking down. Because if I do, I'm going to feel all the weight that's on me right now.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
And I'm not there financially. Just saying. Because you got to struggle those 10 years in every way. It's mental, but also you're not really, you're like.
Because that's where you learn.
Paycheck to paycheck when you're trying to.
That's when you learn. Yeah.
So all that weight, climbing that fucking mountain, trying to get to that tipping point where the money starts flowing. Because I mean, that is a tipping. I'm not saying you're done. Then you're going to climb another mountain. But
it's like another, like,
in your career, you got it. Where you can be like, ooh, some passive income's coming in finally. All those investments are paying off finally.
And then now I can focus even more on what I love. Like I can double down.
Mountain, go, let me create some fucking shit now.
Yeah.
Some fucking real shit.
Yeah.
Because climbing and creating is hard.
Yeah.
Think about that.
It's difficult.
You're trying to drive Uber, whatever the fuck people are doing as artists.
Yeah.
Like I know motherfuckers, you know who you are.
Yeah.
Working Uber crazy hours.
Yeah.
And making music and promoting and performing.
Yeah.
That's a lot of shit you got on your back as you're trying to climb up the mountain and not fall all the way down. Yeah. And if you look down, man, it's hard because you start crying and shit. Like, oh fuck, it's so far. Look at all these people are dragging with me. What if I slip?
Nah.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
Yeah. There's only one way.
Keep going up to heaven.
Also, before we get too deep, I feel like I haven't officially introduced myself yet. That's what I'm saying, it's time to introduce myself. Now you're good.
Tell me, baby. Tell the people.
Basically, hello. My name is Heaven Shamba. I'm from Harare, Zimbabwe. That's where I was born. But I grew up in Dallas, Texas. I feel like, honestly, that being from Zimbabwe, like, I feel like it gives me even more of an open perspective because I feel like you're from Ukraine. I feel like that there's a thing, it's called immigrant mentality, you know, like you just see the world differently because first of all, you see your people back home and you're like, man, like I was the one blessed to come over here.
It's so hard.
Like all those people, all my family, all those people on the other side of the world, I was the one blessed to come here and be given a world of opportunities. And it goes back to what you're saying, like you're climbing and you're like, all those people, like they're there, like, yo, you got to do something with your life, but you can't, like, you can't think about it, but you got to like understand it and be like, okay, like I'm going to do what I got to do. So that
knowing they're there.
Yeah.
Is for your focus.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta focus, baby.
You gotta focus a lot.
And it's not easy. This game is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Bro. So many fucking things.
And it's so easy to get even caught up in other stuff that doesn't even like distract. You hella distractions.
Such a put together person.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Well, like you said, it's all about kind of you progressing, and as you get to the next level, the results start happening.
Yeah.
As you become a champion, the championship comes, but later, like 2 years later.
Yeah.
Like we talked about that. Like you don't win and then become a champion. You got to play like a champ. So the results come as you progress. It's just the way it is, man.
You have to be to have.
Yeah. Bro.
Nah, that's real. Yeah.
Ooh, that's
what it is. That's something that like phrase like really changed the way that I like handle this world. Because I was like,
how old were you when you came from Zimbabwe?
I was really young. I was like 2 years old. Okay.
I was 4. Okay.
Yeah, we were young. And I would like go for like summer and like just kind of see everything.
Ooh. Okay, I didn't go back.
Man, yeah.
Like every summer you go back?
Not every summer. Okay. Just like very sporadically, but whenever I went, it would be like for like a long, like 2 months or something. I think it was like 2015. That's when I went back. and just like got to be around. Like it's nice because I don't have my family here, you know, like I have mom, dad, sister, some cousins spread out, but you know, like I would go to school, hear people say, yeah, I went to my grandma's house this weekend, I got my uncle, and I never like really got to experience that fully. So whenever I went,
family. Were you the first?
I was the first.
We were the pioneers, man.
Exactly.
Like, no family, no money.
Exactly.
No
so you gotta no
internet,
figure it out. But you see your parents, and because they're doing like we have our struggles, but like immigrant parents, they like really like are the ones that are really having to put it together.
Yeah, dude.
Because just coming to a whole new country and having to like, and I'm seeing this as a kid. I'm like, wow. Like I watched you take us from a 1-bedroom apartment to a 2-bedroom apartment to a house. Like I watched you like, so there's no excuse, like not even to be that type of person, but there's like no excuse for me to not.
We're so
create
lucky,
something.
And I didn't know this growing up that we got to experience that.
Yeah.
Because same for me.
Yeah.
Always on the come up.
Exactly.
It wasn't
always
spoiled.
on the come up.
Yeah. It wasn't. We were never spoiled.
Yeah.
But I didn't know we were poor.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we were poor. I thought we were fine.
Mm-hmm. Because you're a kid. Mm-hmm.
I was playing outside all day in the projects.
Yeah, literally.
My parents didn't understand. They came. We came from a 1-bedroom. I think maybe a 10-by-10 room.
Yeah.
That we shared.
Yeah.
My parents, me, my brother, and my grandma.
Yeah.
So they had to go. They got caught by the cops trying to get it on in their car or outside of the book.
Yeah.
They couldn't get it on. And we shared a kitchen with like, I don't know, 5 to 10 families. I don't know how many. It was like kind of like this communal living.
Yeah.
And that's how we lived.
Yeah.
We came here and it was like, wow, we lived like in a condo or something.
Yeah.
Townhouse community. So it was like,
this is nice. Yeah.
You know? And so I never knew it, but I saw my parents struggle, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them hustle. My dad was always hustling with businesses. He was a truck driver. Then he saved up to buy his own truck. I mean, the dude was like working like a maniac.
Yeah.
He kept 2 sets of books, you know, so that's like kind of, it puts things in perspective. I'm not saying I want to do that. No,
you don't want to do that, but like, you just understand like
what
how grateful you are. Yeah.
Yes, man.
And oh my goodness, like there's so much. Like I feel so good because I don't take things for granted.
Right.
Like I try to take in everything. Like even when I pulled up here, like I was just like looking at the trees outside. Like wow, like I just try to take in everything. Yeah.
Were you always this present? Because that's the key.
I feel like
you're only happy when you're present.
When you're present.
Think about that. When you're thinking, oh, I should have done da-da-da. Or what do I got next week? Oh man, I'm never gonna have enough money. But it's when you're like listening to music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, yeah. Did I do my laundry? No. That's not happening.
Yeah.
When you're really in the moment, that's when you're fulfilled, man.
Yeah.
Have you always been this present?
I feel like I have. Because I'm thinking of like my earliest memories as a kid. And I'm thinking of like a specific memory of like being a little kid and my dad and my sister in front of me. And it was like snowing outside. And he was like holding my sister. And I just always like had like a mind for like visual, like I don't know, I just see things like beautifully. And I just remember seeing that. I was like, like this would be like a nice picture, like this is very like nice, like seeing them in the snow. So I've always just kind of like appreciated like everything around me. Like
I really think a lot of that is your parents instilling that in you from age. And I love understanding it, but also like, well, how does that translate to people that didn't have that? How do they get to being
How do they get to that?
By the way. I learned to be present.
Yeah.
I read books. I had to unlearn a lot of shit that was taught to me.
Yeah.
But I want people to know how important it is, man. Like even, child psychologists, like I think Jacob Peterson, he talks about it. Like the first 3 years are the most important. But you don't remember even the first 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time you're conscious,
that's that like programming you're getting. Yeah.
You already were in this positive environment. You had already been programmed by probably feeling the positive energy from those around you.
Yeah.
If you're a baby, people think it doesn't matter. I'm serious, dude. Adults think it doesn't matter the first 3 years. Oh, they don't understand.
Nah, it's everything.
They don't understand the way you're consciously understanding, but if you are yelling at your baby or yelling at your spouse all day long. They're feeling that
They're
shit.
feeling it and
They're
picking
like in
it
a constant
up.
state of anxiety, agitation, and it's building them.
Have you seen like even the experiments with like the monkeys where they'll have them like one they'll love it and hold it, and the other one they won't even touch it and just leave
and their
it.
brain is smaller. Physical.
And some of them don't even survive.
Right.
Like the ones that aren't held, some of them do not survive.
Because they're not protected. They don't feel protected. They don't feel love. Dude, we need love. I know people talk about this and then people take it too far and turn it into this like hokey thing and people get turned off. But it's literally scientific proof. If you don't hold your baby, or someone needs to hold the baby. It could be a different animal. They tried with that.
Yeah.
And their brain still developed properly.
Yeah.
I think it's because if you don't feel like somebody's protecting you, somebody's there for you, the anxiety your body's constantly going through prevents your brain from developing properly. I think it's like just a physical thing.
Yeah, just a physical thing.
But know that. No, like we would always put, I would always like, honestly, man, I learned a lot during my parenthood. The first 3 were like a major experiment. I was spanking my kids in the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm not judging that, but for me, I realized I don't need to do that. It was like a simple way to get them to do what I wanted, but they're learning, using violence instead of like talking to them, taking something away. So I have a 3-year-old that I'm totally different about. But we're so conscious of like holding him enough, touching him enough, petting him enough. Don't underestimate that. Letting him lay on you when he's a baby. All of that's important, dude.
That emotional intelligence.
Yes, and trying to be emotionally intelligent with your family and your partner. I knew that it's going to affect him. I'm not saying you can be perfect, but catch yourself and go, all right, let me take a break.
Yeah.
It's affecting your baby.
Yeah.
Right? And then that's the start of it. And then I'm just saying, I think you're an example of what positive parenting can do.
Yeah.
And how you already as a kid had this positivity, being in the moment. So you can be self-aware too of your talents. It's not just about appreciating the beautiful simulation. Like if this is a simulation, think about it. Or if it's not. But when I think of it as a simulation, I go, this is fucking crazy sick, dude. Look at this fucking, how real, how beautiful. Look at the great colors. Look at the people moving so realistic. Look at the dog jumping. It's beautiful if you decide, make a conscious choice to see that. It's easy to just rush through it all and go, whatever, I got to get to my meeting. Yeah. But if you can be like, all right, just embrace.
Slow down. I got to get to my meeting, but let me like look at these trees on the road. Yeah.
It's really, it is something that helps a lot, man.
It helps so much. Yeah. It helps so much.
Otherwise, you're fast forwarding through the movie.
Exactly.
The whole time, man.
And then there's it's not the same. That's why there's like J. Cole said, there's beauty in the struggle. Like there's beauty in like this whole process. Yeah. Because if you just woke up tomorrow and you were just like, man, like let's say I want to be a millionaire, and you woke up tomorrow, bam, you have $1 million. Like there's no process, there's no growth. Because really, honestly speaking, all of this is really a journey. Like I always think of this like success, whatever like milestone that is, that's only a moment. Like let's say I won a Grammy, right? I'm only going to stand on that stage for 30 seconds to a minute. But there was 10, 20 years of hard work, like crying in the studio, like X, Y, and Z. And that's basically what I'm living in every day. Yes. I'm not living on that Grammy stage every single day. Yes. I'm living in these moments every single day. So really like this whole thing, the journey is what it is. Like that's the most crucial part.
100%. You broke it down beautifully.
And you have to appreciate that journey too. Yeah. Like you have to be 100% like this, because this is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
If you think the goal getting is gonna make you happy, dude, you're in the wrong game. Yeah. You just broke it down beautifully. If you're spending 99.9% of the time on the journey, and they fucking start playing that music pretty goddamn quick. Yeah. I got my Oscar. So I want to thank. They're like playing. Hold on, I want to enjoy this. I've been living for this.
They're trying to get you off the stage fast.
And you got to find the next movie, right? The next song to produce. And if you hate the journey, you'll be like, I gotta get back in the studio. I thought I was gonna win this fucking Grammy and be done. No, then you're in the wrong fucking game.
Yeah,
I agree 100%. Yeah, and I didn't understand this too. You're spending almost all of your creative time at work.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
24 hours in a day, minus, let's say you only sleep 6, 18, and then you're working probably 10, man.
Yeah.
Nobody's working 8 anymore, but let's say it's 10.
Yeah.
10 hours. Let's say it's 9 and 9. Okay? Those 9 hours are your most creative. You get up, eat breakfast or whatever you do, and get to work and spend 9 hours giving all of yourself to that job.
Yeah.
Come home tired. So if you hate the journey, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You got to find where you want to be. And even if it's a lot of work and you're not making the money you want, at least you're in the journey.
You got to find, that passion. That goes back to what we were saying earlier.
Yeah, and don't give up.
Because you were thinking, like you said earlier, you were like, I thought I was lazy. I just didn't like what I was doing.
Yes. So true, man.
Yeah.
I'm 47, almost 48. Going to be 48 in December. I'm just saying, even if it takes you till 48, 50, or 60 to find it, it's worth it. Because the rest of the years you have, if you're on that, because this is the first year, bro. I swear, we always talk about this. January, our first episode dropped. January, my spirits business got formed, and we had the concept, and we've been raising money ever since successfully. This year is the first year I'm doing what I love.
Wow.
My whole life.
Wow.
My whole life, for career.
Yeah.
Because I know that's so important. I'm spending all my creative time at work. I want to do what I like, man. I know, and it's been a struggle financially. That's the thing. I'm not saying it's for everyone. Not everyone's going to make the jump. Yeah. But I really think it's worth it. Because otherwise, you're just waiting to die. You're just spending all your fucking creative time doing shit you don't want. And then...
And the clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking. And if you're in Ukraine and you're just trying to feed the family, then I get it. Do what you got to do, man. If I had to feed my family and just work a corporate job or a regular job or any job, I do it. But in America,
we're went back to, bro. We're so blessed to be here. Man. Yeah,
take advantage of this game. You're in the best game in the world still. I'm just saying, China is a superpower, kind of, but I don't want to live in China. I'm just, no offense, but I'm saying, I don't know if that's the lifestyle I want, where they're like making social media, like actually tracking who likes you and who doesn't. And if you're like below a certain grade, they don't let you in play. Like, there's some crazy shit going on in the world, man. This is still the best place. You got so many options. Business is at your fingertips now. You got Google. You got fucking eBay. You can do whatever. Amazon.
Do anything.
You can make your own music.
Just a search away, yeah.
You can publish your own music. You can be your own label.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. If
publish music, publish a book, anything.
But if you don't want it bad enough, it's not going to work. So stop wasting your time shortcutting the process to get to the money. That's what I did, dude.
Yeah.
I was trying to get out of corporate, and I'm like, I got to make money. I got 3 kids. I can't just follow my passion right. Like, I did get into film production, but I was also like, oh, Amazon. Oh, people are selling on Amazon. This is what happened to me, man. 6 months into I bought an indoor soccer facility. I didn't give up, but 6 months into everything I did, I was like burned out. I'm like, what am I doing? I could go back to corporate, make 3 times the money with 1/3 of the time, right? So I realized, man, I got to still do what I love. Like, that's what's been working.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. How did you build your team? I guess I'm interviewing you now. How did you build your team? Because I think a lot of people, what they don't understand, especially like anyone who watches this as an artist, like you see somebody's face on whatever you see it on, but behind that face, there's a whole lot of people that help make that happen. And if you think you're going to do something alone, bro, you're not going to do it. No. Like, you're going to get to a certain wall and you're not going to be able to pass that wall because we're one, we're only human. Yeah.
Bro.
So
Heaven, you're so spot on, man. And if you watch some of our episodes later, you'll see that we talk about this shit with almost every artist, because I want them to know you got to build your team.
No, you have to.
And that's going to be the thing that stops you, because you're just going to keep being on the hamster wheel.
You're gonna
You're only
keep
one
on the
fucking person.
hamster wheel. Yeah.
Yes, and building your team, to answer your question, requires, dude, honestly, you need a lot of experience. You don't have to be old, but really understand people and experience to learn the mistakes, get screwed over. Trust people that don't end up delivering. You got it. You know, Gary Vee always says this, and I agree. Hire fast, fire faster. That's a really good way. And I'm honest about it. Like, hey, I'm gonna try it. Let's try it out. Let's date.
Let's
and
see. Yeah.
If it doesn't work, let's go our separate ways. Please, no hard feelings.
Yeah.
I really explain that to them. Like, I want someone that really fits in.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not good for you, I don't want to keep you either.
Yeah.
Dude, building your team, I'm glad that you understand how important that is.
It's critical.
Every successful person, like you said, every successful front person has at least 10 key inner circle people that they trust that are killing the game. And if they don't, they're not, like Kevin Hart would not be Kevin Hart. Dave Chappelle, you got to have the PR guy, the marketing guy, the
everyone,
legal, all
of
place,
it,
man. You know, the manager, you know, the agent booking you, like
booking
so
agent,
much work. You can't, if you're doing that, that's why, right, when you don't have a team, you're climbing a mountain with everybody on your back.
Yeah.
You got a lot of weight on your back trying to do all those roles and carry all these people with you that are trying to do it but aren't ready, whatever.
And I think it's ego too with a lot of people. That I don't need somebody
telling me.
yeah.
Right. But it really comes down to once I got to a certain level, really, I was able to build my team. And if I don't know myself, then you're not going to build a team.
Yeah.
I built really great teams in corporate because I had I was running compliance departments. I knew what I needed. I'm a problem solver. And I'm there. They're paying me. But when I went on my own, it was hard for me to build my team because I wasn't really finding myself, and people see that. They see through that. You're not confident. Why should I?
And they don't want to be a part of that.
No.
Yeah.
First, you got to figure out who you are and lead yourself.
Yeah.
And then find the people. That's what I think. Figure out the me before you get to the we. That's very important. But you got to have the we. You know, you got to eventually build the team to get to that next level.
Yeah.
So, did you ever finish telling me who you are?
Oh, yeah. So, back into me.
Yeah.
Heaven Shamba. Yeah, I said I was born in Harare, Zimbabwe. I grew up in Dallas, Texas. Basically, I'm a musician, but let me backtrack. Yeah. I'm not a musician. I'm a creator of worlds. That's what I like to say. Ooh. Because I believe that whenever you're listening to a song, whenever you put your headphones in, like we were talking about that present moment, you're in that moment for whatever 3 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it is. But for those moments, I'm your world. Like I'm creating the environment that you're living in. So I like to say I'm a creator of worlds. I started making music I started as a kid. This is a funny story. Actually, I remember I was in 2nd grade, and this is when, like, in elementary school, at my school, you had to do like choir. Like, this was the first time you're taking like a fine arts course. And I remember like the teacher just being like, do, re, mi, fa, sol. And I was like, do, re, mi, fa, sol. But I heard like the other kids, and it was just like, duh. Like, it was, and I was like, y'all aren't hitting that, but I'm hitting that. And I'm like, why? I was like, why does my voice sound like this? Like, what is this? Like, cause you're not aware. What's 2nd grade? You're like 8 or something. Yeah. However old you are in 2nd grade. Yeah. But that was my first time being conscious that, wait, maybe I can sing, and I was like, oh, this is something. And then I remember my homie, he was at my house and he showed me the Thriller music video, and I was watching that on TV, and it was like something just clicked inside of me, and I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. Like at that age, like it just hit. Like I was like, oh, that's
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. No, same. Like after that, I was obsessed. Like I started like teaching myself like how to dance, like watching the videos like all day. Like I was just obsessed with just this world and like creating.
Let's
and
sing a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's sing something. Come on. Let's sing some Michael Jackson. Give us something. Say? Hey, actually sing something, man. Whatever you want. cover song, your song.
My song.
Yeah. Would you be willing to?
Actually, yeah, I'll sing my song.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
This is my song. It's called Link Up. It's out on all platforms under Heaven Shamba. Just give you a little sample. Look. I know that I'm falling, yeah. Going in and out of love. You was not an amateur. You was something special, yeah. Intuition told me so. Lately I've been lonely though. Why you didn't answer? You know, communication something I've been working on. I'ma need an answer from you. I'm wanting you to come in. La 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 link up. I'm looking for you, me now. So please don't waste the time. Cause everyone is all the same. I'm needing something different. La 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 link up. I'm looking for you, me now. So please don't waste the time. Cause everyone is all the same. I'm needing something different.
La, 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 link up.
Yeah, looking for you, me now. Hey, cause please don't waste the time. Yeah, looking for you, me now. Let's keep that going. What do you say? La 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 link up. I'm looking for you, me now. That's what you know. La 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 link up. Hey, everyone.
La, 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 link up.
Cause I'm gonna make the beat for you.
La 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 link up. La 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 link up. I don't wanna think up. I just wanna link up. Give me that loving. Give me that rubbing. I just wanna link up. La 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 link up. Nonsense link up. La 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 link up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude. You might have to do a remix with that.
Yeah, add Rick on the remix, yes sir. I'll make the beat.
Dude, we'll do a Papa Rick remix.
Papa
la,
Rick.
La, la, link up. I'm not saying that all fucking week.
That's gonna be in your head.
La, la, link. That's so catchy.
Thank you. Yeah. It just came to, bro. Honestly, creating is being able to make songs. Cause I remember whenever I wrote my first song, I was happy, but then I was afraid because I was like, man, I may never write anything this good again. And like looking back, it wasn't that good. But at the time I was like, bro, this is amazing. But dang, how will I ever write another song? But it's like, it literally just comes like.
You got to sit down and make yourself available.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't practice. Sit down. People don't sit down and practice.
And practice.
Get the courage to release stuff even if you know it's not going to be your best. And as a matter of fact, it's never going to be your best as long as you have another one coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if you're not going to be good enough
to learn
next time, then you weren't a songwriter to begin with.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, I should have released that song and I never did, or somebody stole my song. Well, if you're a songwriter, then just believe in yourself that you're going to write another one.
Write another one. Yeah, literally. You got to believe.
You know what? People talk about faith a lot and they talk about it as a religious thing, right? But I want to say, like, I realized, holy shit, I wasn't, because I'm not, let's say, religious. I don't believe anything is possible. Right? I don't know what this is type of attitude.
Yeah.
I always, like, didn't give faith enough attention because you have to believe in yourself to do it. Because if you don't go, I can do it, you're not going to try. Like, if I'm laying in bed, I should go get some cookies from the supermarket. And then I go, I can't get cookies from the supermarket. I'll never make it. I don't know where the supermarket is. I don't even know if my legs work. Let's say I thought that way. That I didn't know if I could do it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do it. Rise up, step down, get in the car, put the key in, turn the ignition on, drive. If I think I can't drive the car, if I think I'm going to crash, if I think everything's going to go bad, then you're never going to do it.
You're never going to do it.
How do I know I'm going to be able to get the cookies? I have faith in myself.
You have faith.
I'm going to make it. I'm sure I can navigate the traffic. I have seriously, we underestimate that, but you would never go to, people don't leave the house. Because they think, I'm going to get into an accident. Like they're telling themselves that story. So I'm saying, man, it could affect anything. But the bigger things we think, oh no, that's too scary. But it's the same.
The same. And you know what's interesting about that? I was actually talking to one of my homies the other day and I broke it down like that. Like there's obviously you can scale it up. But if I'm sitting here right now and I decide I want Chick-fil-A, I had that thought, and then I'm like, okay, what are the action steps to get Chick-fil-A? I have to go into my car, turn on the ignition, find the Chick-fil-A, drive there, and I go to the Chick-fil-A and I order, and then I have Chick-fil-A, right?
It's a lot of fucking steps, though.
But it's a lot of steps.
Yeah.
But then you scale that up, and it's like, okay, I want to, I don't know, whatever people want to do.
Chick-fil-A restaurant.
Yeah, I want to open up a Chick-fil-A restaurant. It's the same concept.
More steps.
Just more steps. It's just scaled up, but it's the same. Like,
but to get back to the faith,
yeah.
If you don't, the reason you go and get the Chick-fil-A is
Yeah.
you believe you can do those 12 steps.
Yeah, you believe you can do those.
Turn the car, drive a vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, I know you've done it before, but if you decided all of a sudden you might not make it because people get into accidents and you get scared, you're not going to be able to get the Chick-fil-A. The reason you got the Chick-fil-A, you believed in yourself.
You believed in yourself.
Even though it hasn't happened yet, even though you know there's a chance you're not going to get there, they ran out of chicken sandwiches, Chick-fil-A closed. There's obviously things that could happen, but you go, no, I'm going to go.
I'm going to go.
I'm going to take the time to go.
Yeah.
I believe I'm going to get that sandwich. Because if you think it's not going to happen, you're not going to go. Right? So if you don't believe in yourself, just forget about it.
Yeah.
You got to believe it.
That's
that
the key.
Faith.
And that's when things start happening.
Because it hasn't happened yet. So you have to have faith that it's going to be okay. It's going to work. I'm just saying, man, because I just know, like, no matter how people thought I could talk, or I know people that can sing that will never sing in front of people. Right? And their parents were professional singers, but they're so afraid that they're not good enough, they'll never do it. Again, they don't believe. If they thought, oh yeah, I'll just go there, get on stage, sing, and it'll be good, like just like getting a Chick-fil-A sandwich, then they'll do it.
Then they'll do it. Yeah.
And it really is, to your point, it is that simple.
Yeah.
It's just
scales.
lot of fucking steps.
Yeah. It's just scaled up or down.
Because even getting a sandwich is a lot of steps.
It is.
You just think, you just have done it so many times, you don't think about it.
Yeah.
Scale that shit up.
Scale it up. Wow.
Take the steps, man.
What a life.
You gotta believe you're gonna get there. Gotta have faith
in
yourself. So
man.
Yeah, okay. So we gotta wrap in a few minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes probably. We're gonna do a part 2, man, because I think we just need to like go back and forth.
Yeah.
I want to hear a lot more of your story because I also wanted to like share with you. So you can meet me.
No, I love this. I feel like I learned so much.
Thank you, bro.
Man. I'm like, it's interesting like being here and doing an interview because I'm such like a listener and an observer. Like I just like observe, read, and I like to like give out like what I learned from people, to the people that. So
why do you want to do that?
I just feel like if I know it, somebody else can. Like I have this my email list that I do every Sunday. I send this thing called Sunday Solace, and I just basically send what I've been going through throughout the week and like how I've dealt with it. Or if I haven't even dealt with it yet, I'm honest. I'm like I haven't dealt with it, but this is what You're on it? Yeah, you get them right every Sunday. Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Because I'm like one person. It's just I'll send you a link. It should be in my bio if you click it. But yeah, I just feel like if one person reads this and is affected, I've done my job and I'm happy about that. So that's just my thing. Why not
start putting that out there?
Yeah, you're right.
On social media.
Yeah, somewhere. Why? Yeah, for a wider.
You didn't really answer the why, because that's the what. You told me what you do. You help people. You have an email list. You share that to people, and you have a lot of things you want to share.
Yeah.
Why? Have you thought about the deeper why? I know the why, by the way, but I just want to ask you.
Yeah, for me, my why is that I have a lot of things in my head and I feel like it can help somebody the same way my reading helps me. Like somebody put their words out there and it helped me. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I have these thoughts. Instead of just keeping them in my journal, let's give them to somebody else, So
you said it within but you didn't really directly say it, but you said it to help people.
Yeah.
That's the why.
Yeah.
And I always say this, I'll repeat it again because I've said in other shows that every career, every job, actually, all 10,000 job titles that the government lists, their purpose is to help people. Every single one. And I haven't found one that wasn't true. That wasn't true. Like if you're a cook, you're helping people.
Yeah.
So to find yourself, you got to figure out not why. The why is to help people.
Yeah.
It got to be that. But how do you want to help people? You want to help people through creating worlds with music because you feel like that's the medium you want to use to tell your story, to help people.
Yeah.
Some people do it through food. They go, I love putting my love into food.
Yeah.
And knowing the local ingredients, and like those top chefs are there for a reason. They know them, like, you know what I mean? They're like they're artists.
Yeah.
If you watch
they are. Yeah.
Top Chef, the ones where they go to the restaurants that are like the top in the world. It's not just gimmick. It's like they learn the land. They use like local stuff. Like it's their art. They're artists. You got to find your artistry and how you want to help people, really.
Yeah.
Whether that's plumbing or electrical or whatever the fuck, man. So you want to help people.
I want to help people.
That's what I want to do too,
100%.
man. Like, and you know what? I do it for selfish reasons. Like I always want to think of the selfish reason because I feel like that's the best way to encourage people to do something. I tell my kids, hey, do this because you get more toys. Like, share because you get to have a team now.
Yeah.
And isn't it more fun?
Yeah.
Basketball's fun with a team.
With the team,
By
yeah.
yourself, it's a little boring.
Yeah.
Just shooting around, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, higher level thinking. But always, I want them to know why. What's in it for them, right? What's in it for us is a better world.
Yeah.
People being nicer to us.
People being better.
Less people flipping us off on the freeway because they're angry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now when they do that, I go, love you, brother. And they go, the fuck?
Yeah.
Fuck you. And then later they probably go,
oh. Yeah.
I can see their face going, huh? I didn't flip them off back. Shit, I used to pull over on that shit.
Yeah.
Let's go. And I would, like an idiot. Scared to death, but I did it because I thought I had to.
Yeah.
He just called me out. It's like someone slapped you with a glove 200 years ago. That's what I thought. But now I'm like, I know the reality.
It's not that serious. Yeah.
They're hurt. They don't even know me.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take their hurt. I already dealt with that. Fuck that. That's yours, baby.
Yeah.
Love. Hey.
Yeah.
Relax. It's okay. I love you.
Yeah.
I go, I love you. Sometimes. If I'm in a really good mood.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm perfect, but they go, fuck. But I think it gets to them.
It gets to them because then they think about it. Yeah.
Maybe I overreact. And sometimes
you start that domino in them, that domino effect in them.
I keep spilling coffee, man.
No, you're good.
You're making me nervous.
Man,
dude,
this was
amazing,
beautiful.
man.
Yeah.
I feel like we got right into it.
Yeah, literally got right into it.
We didn't even get to who you are. Like,
yeah.
Because that's more generic. Like, okay, tell me who you are, your name and your...
Yeah.
You know, but the deep conversation tells you a lot, man, the things you think about.
Yeah.
And I think I'm really... Man, like, it's always better than expected. Josh knows that. I think I've never had an interview where it was worse than expected. Because the actual like life of the conversation you can't predict.
Yeah.
So I just think you have a lot to offer, man.
Thank you so much.
I'm really like excited to see where you go. I definitely want you to come back because we got a lot to get into.
Yeah.
And maybe collaborate on some stuff.
Yeah, I'm down. Let me know.
But one more question, like the music that you got coming out, what does it mean to you? What's the meaning behind it?
Yeah, so this song, it's actually interesting because it's most of my music is very like ethereal, very like this kind of vibe, like earthy. But this is I'm taking a more vulnerable stance. It's like a dance kind of song. It's called Do Me Wrong. And I basically got like, when you hear it at first, you're gonna think it's just like an Afro beat, whatever. But when you like listen to the lyric, I'm actually telling a story from like a kind of a darker side of my childhood. My parents, like as blessed as I am to have them as my parents, there would be times where they would like argue a lot, and like as a kid I would just like witnessing that, it just kind of had like an effect on me. So I basically wrote the song from my mom's perspective of arguing with my father.
Beautiful.
That's how I wrote the song.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. So when y'all hear it and y'all listen to the lyric, once the first listen, you can like vibe with it, but the second listen to the story.
See, man, so you had some challenges.
Oh, what?
Because that's challenging.
Challenges.
So you also chose that path. Like people that come from, I'm not saying you came from an abusive home.
Yeah.
I honestly would say I did.
Yeah.
My dad beat the fuck out of us, bro. And I don't judge him because
that's what he
that's
knew.
how I keep you aligned. And he has an extremely bad temper.
Yeah.
So it wasn't with patience. It was with I can reenact that shit, but I'll probably scare the shit out of everybody, man.
Yeah.
because that's something I have that inside of me. I have that anger in me because that's what I grew up with. I have to always harness that with my kids, man, and it comes out sometimes.
Exactly.
God,
and we can next time we can get into this deeper, but I have like a lot of that too. Like, I didn't speak of that today because we were talking more universal concepts, but there's a lot, like even right now, like even as I was talking about the song, like I can kind of feel my eyes like tearing up because I'm just thinking back to like that moment in time and those like moments.
I used to sit on the top of the stairs and be like, thinking to myself, I'm not saying it's right, to my mom thinking, shut up, stop talking, because he's gonna fucking go ballistic. And she has a right. But God damn it, pop the table, holes in the wall. Dude, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to like expose that, but that's the truth, man. And I'm not saying I've made holes. Dude, when I was married the first time, I probably punched 3 holes in the wall. I never hit my spouse, but I punched 3 holes in the wall, man. I've never done that since. Because I've realized I actually thought it was okay. Because I thought, well, she pissed me off and I'm fucking pissed. So, and then it's like stupid because I had to go repair those walls, man. Like I'm just hurting myself in my hand. But that anger was instilled in me, man. And I had to, in my 30s, go, I got to read an anger management book. But I'm 36 and I think I'm hot shit. I'm a fucking corporate, and I'm in corporate leadership. And I got to read an anger management book. And I wouldn't tell anyone that, but at that point, that would be like, I would never, I fucking secretly got that book and read it. Man. And I'm like, fuck, it really changed my whole perspective, man. You know? So, dude, I'm so, I knew you were, you know, like, I don't want to push too hard and, hey, tell me all your horrible childhood memories, but I think it's important for people to know that I'm sharing because I want people to go, oh, okay, so you could have a fucked up kind of, it wasn't so much physically, but emotionally very abusive, man. And I don't blame anyone because that's what he got growing up. He got a lot of beatings growing up and lived in the streets and you had to fight. Like, I understand. He ain't from here. So don't judge my father. Trust me. I appreciate him. He's the most generous, loyal motherfucker. He'll take a bullet for me.
Beautiful.
But it still hurts. But, you know, you got to fix it so you don't pass it on. And honestly, not even to not pass it on, but to have a better life. I'm so much happier that I can control that shit now. You know what I mean? You seem to be dealing with it pretty well, though.
Because I've just learned. I've learned how to like come into myself and like understand it and process it more. And I have a younger sister, so I just always had to be strong for her, you know. But we'll get into that next time.
Part 2.
We're about to get into it right now.
That's part 2. I got a hard stop. I literally have a phone call in 4 minutes.
I gotta head to the studio, man. Create those vibes for y'all.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. So you're gonna go create something right now? Do you already know what?
And I'll see when I get there.
You're about to make some shit.
I'm about to make some.
This is gonna be a direct. I'm not saying direct. I'm not taking credit. I'm not saying you owe us a percentage. we can negotiate. I'm saying
it's gonna be an influence. I'm
saying we have this conversation will influence that music.
Of course,
probably a profound way.
Of course,
it's still yours. I'm just saying. I'm just saying I love that we had this conversation right before our session, man. So you can stay on that deep, honest, authentic wavelength, man. So oh yeah. Let's get a picture. Let's do one here and then I'm gonna sit with you. This is live right here. Oh, live. Oh, you got the picture? Like closing. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Let's show the world, man. They need to come out like this and talk about it. You know what I mean? So we should get one just talking. Let's get one talking. Let's talk about something real. Go 1 minute. We got 1 minute.
1 minute. 1
Your
minute.
best advice ever.
My best advice. There's two things: be to have, and action makes it happen. That's it. 2 sentences right there.
Dude.
The biggest, actually, my father used to say this real quick, all the time. It stuck with me forever. He used to say, "Skill without will is nil." So saying you can be the most talented person, blah blah blah, but if you don't have the will, it means nothing. That's the one actually. Skill without will is nil.
Yes, and a lot of people say you have to be willing to do something.
Yeah,
like saying I want to do it or I'm going to do it. You have to be willing.
Yeah,
meaning give up something else to do it.
Yeah, or
get off your butt and do it willing. So that's the will, baby. You gotta have that shit.
That's
for sure. And it's not just talk. This ain't demagogy. This is stuff that works, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't measure it. But I pay attention to the patterns.
Mm-hmm.
I've been around for almost 48 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot, man. And I've seen the boardrooms. I've seen the rich people, how they think.
Mm-hmm.
We've acquired companies. I had to do due diligence. I'm in there. I see the startups, the fucked up ones and the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, you need that experience to figure this shit out, man. Start putting yourself in situations where, you're growing the way you want.
Yeah.
If you want to change, huh? We got 30 more seconds.
Go.
All right, let's just say,
dude,
yeah.
Knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out, Rick. Knock him out the box.